Man, I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping a can with a spliff in the hand. London is busy, the city is tricky, the city is cold. Wake up with a headache and I'm so poetic and life is a madness. London is pretty, the city is buzz, the city is bold. Yeah. I call it my home and it's live. Days will go by and they swallow the time. Spend hours out by the river at night, sipping on wine, always red over white. Making a stop at the offie, of course. Grabbing a couple of drinks for the ride. Hop on the tube and I'm minding the doors. Linking the gang on, we're making.
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And I promise you that you won't be disappointed whatsoever. So why don't you come and join me in discovering amazing, talented artists and bringing it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. There you go. Now look, I'm still staying, after reacting to Ren the other day, I'm still staying over in the UK. Now this particular artist is Mackenzy Mackay, but you can call him Mac as he likes to be called. This is my first time ever that I have reacted to Mackenzy Mackay, Mac. I stumbled upon him myself, so I'm quite proud of that. Without it being recommended to me. It was uploaded on the 10th of April and so far has gathered 21,000 views. He has about 12,000 subscribers. Unestablished, we'll find out. I think it was on Instagram, where I saw about a snippet of it and I thought, wow, I love this. So I searched for him. I'm glad that I found him and I'm going to react to him. In the description page, it's got some of the lyrics, and should I say it to you before or should I just let him say it, sing it? I'll tell you what, I'm going to read the first part. But not all of it. So it says, man, I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping on the can with a spliff in my hand. London is busy, the city is tricky, this city is cold. Wake up with a headache, and I'm so poetic. And life is a madness, London is pretty, this city is butters, this city is both. It is, London itself has so much historic values in it. And there's plenty of stories throughout the time and years and, you know, decades or whatever have you call it, of songs of London. You know, London Bridge is falling down. There's loads. And it will never, never, ever get old. You know, it is a privilege to do a song about London and make it stand the test of time. To put it on that shelf of other amazing artists who've written a song about London. You know, immortalizing yourself in writing a song about London is, for it to stay in that realm is amazing. And quite warranted, because I haven't heard a London song in a while. So I'm looking forward to this. So look, Mackenzy Mackay, aka Mac. I'm going to start calling you Mac, but for my first reaction of yours, I'm just giving you that respect of calling you Mackenzy Mackay. That's your name. And once I get familiarized with myself, with your amazing talent, it will shorten down to Mac. Look, I'm talking to Mac like he's gonna. Hopefully, you know what, Mac, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna send you my reaction. How about that? So look, I'm looking forward to pressing the play button, and I'm talking way too much. Apologies for that. So, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it?
Man, I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping a can with a spliff in the hand. London is busy, the city is tricky, the city is cold. Wake up with a headache and I'm so poetic and life is a madness. London is pretty, the city is buzz, the city is bold. Yeah. I call it my home and it's live. Days will go by and they swallow the time. Spend hours out by the river at night, sipping on wine, always red over white. Making a stop at the offie, of course. Grabbing a couple of drinks for the ride. Hop on the tube and I'm minding the doors. Linking the gang on, we're making a vibe. Man, I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping a can with a spliff in the hand. London is busy, the city is tricky, the city is cold.
I like
wake up with a headache and I'm so poetic and life is a madness. London is pretty, the city is buzz, the city is bold.
I'm just going to pause it there for a second. So what I'm hearing so far is very, very relatable, very realistic as well. And when you're going to speak about or sing about or rap about London, one thing it has to have is the authenticity of London, where everybody in London can relate. You've got to be in that ends, as we call it, for you to talk about it. So yes, as in a relatable subject, and in the manner of how you're putting it, the bounces, the melody, everything else is a thumbs up for me, definitely. And your tone of voice, for me, yeah, it is. I don't know, if it was a kind of like a Cockney accent, then I don't know. I don't think it would have worked. Even though, yeah, Cockney accent, London, blah, blah, blah. But I think the urban vibe is the way forward for this modern London where we're living in. It's no longer, Cockney for a long while was represented for London until Cockney just moved out to the Kent and to Essex and so forth. But it's now overridden by this urban culture, and this urban culture is full of diversity, is full of amazing different cultures, and it's breaking down all kind of barriers of this racism, which for me is so diluted in the cities, and where the strongholds are is in the countrysides, I believe, or when you go further out. But cities, it's almost non-existent, if not non-existent. So I'm looking forward to what he's going to be saying about further on about London. I heard the first verse. The chorus is a hook, and it's catching me in. We'll see what your storyline is going to be about now. I'm going to go back just a little bit, like little bit, to about here.
Either city is buzz, the city is both. Someone's gotta write these ways, and the man can't tell me the feeling's fake, and the price is rising, the bill's still racing high as fuck, and they won't quit taking. I'll move slow, shoot high like I might take a minute, make it seem like patience. People up there don't get it like us, so I'll pick them off, roll them in a mud fuck paper. I'll take the night by storm, and I'll roll with the gang on a late one. I'll make it vanish, I'll take like blacking it, leaving the streets, I'll take off life with inflation. Everything raised, but they won't put a wage up, government's lame, and they'd rather see a mother and the kids on the pavement than have a missed payment. Man, I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping a can with a spliff in the hand.
Yeah.
London is busy, the city is tricky, the city is cold. Wake up with a headache and I'm so poetic, and life is a madness. London is pretty, the city is buzz, the city is both.
Love you saying. Also, sorry, I'm going to make this really, really quick. What I like about what you're doing is it has no colour reference. What you're talking about there, it hits every kind of social background, no matter what colour you are, no matter where if you're a Londoner, like I said, urban culture. And urban has no colour. That's knocked it right out of the park. And I've always said this, that I don't know, as poor as it sounds, because England is a fairly small country compared to other countries around the world. And inside England, you've got London, which is even a smaller city. But for a long, long period of time, London has been one of the most, if not the most successful multicultural cities in the world. For as small as it is, that's a horrible record to have, to be fair, when you look at how big other countries are. But inside the UK, a city called London, where for a long time, it has held the record as being the most successful multicultural city in the world. And I'll stand up to that. And it's a shock when other countries come over to London to see how well it is. Everybody's got their own problems, don't get me wrong. But overall, that's the statement that I'm making. And, if you want to argue about that factor, you're going to lose, just straight up. But I like what he's saying. It just shows you about this urban culture, how, like I said, how diverse it is. We're all having that same problem. And he's talking about it from a non-colour perspective. He's talking from an urban perspective. And like I said, I just love the way how he's putting it in. Everybody can relate to this. And I said that to you at the beginning. I'm blabbering way too much. Apologies for that. I'm going to go back just a little bit, like that. I don't need to break down his bars. I really don't.
is both. Said I'm in London, I'm loving the city, I'm loving the heat from the sun when it shines. Still in a zoo and I'm smoking it silly, the higher the grade, well the redder the eyes. Finding a spot we can chill in, the nicer the view, the more quiet, the better to find. People I see in these streets and I wonder if any have similar minds. People coming and goes, oh no you can never know. I would guess what the future might hold. Whatever it means and whatever the reason, I don't even care anymore. What am I finding on the road? Try not to worry at all. Whatever I'm dealing with, keeping the feeling of mine. I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping a can with a spliff in the hand. London is busy, the city is tricky, the city is cold. City is cold. Wake up with a headache and I'm so poetic, and life is a madness. London is pretty, the city is buzz, the city is bold.
Cheers, bro.
So that was Mackenzy Mackay, aka Mac, with London. Or is it London City? No, with London. I'm gonna go back to some of the lyrical contents. I call it my home and it's lived. Days will go by and they swallow the time. Spent hours sat by the river at night, sipping on wine, always red over white, making a stop at the office, of course. Grabbing a couple of drinks for the ride, hop on the tube and I'm minding the doors, linking the gangs, we're making a vibe. Man, I'm in London, Brixton, Camden. There's a lot of struggles in London. You know, the rags to riches story, it is the London thing. Then the rags, I think it's rags to riches either in New York, it came from New York, or it came from London, rags to riches. I'm not too sure, let me know about that. But there's always going to be a struggle in that city. There's always that saying from other countries, when you go to that country, the roads are paved with gold and all the, opportunities and all that kind of stuff. And it's a massive struggle. And you're always going to get that storyline, always going to get that of that song of that nature, no matter what area you're living in. I can, and I think it started from from what I'm reading, from checking out these Viking stories and all that stuff, it's always pub grown, these kind of songs. And where there's a piano, where there's a drink or whatever, there's a vibe, or from soldiers or whatever have you, there's all this kind of a community vibe. And it's that community that you're speaking out on behalf of, Yes, he was telling his story, but for me, it felt like he was speaking on behalf of. He was representing. And that's why I feel that this song would do really well. I mean, like I said, he's only got 12,000 subscribers, released on the 10th of April, was about 7 days ago, something like that. And it's gathering 21K views. So it's got 135 likes on Facebook. On Facebook. I think it's going to do really well. And with your support, it will do well. I'm going to check out more of his stuff. But for now, I salute you. Boom! Man, I'm in London.
I would guess what the future might hold. Whatever it means and whatever the reason, I don't even care anymore. What am I finding on the road? Try not to worry at all. Whatever I'm dealing with, keeping the feeling of mine. I'm in London, Brixton, Camden, sipping a can with a spliff in the hand. London is busy, the city is tricky, the city is cold. City is cold. Wake up with a headache and I'm so poetic, and life is a madness. London is pretty, the city is buzz, the city is bold.